Hey there, and welcome back to my channel. This is Natasha from Crafting Extreme Love, and this is the second installment of my mini series all about how you can use one kit in 5 different ways. So if you are interested to see how this comes together, stay tuned. For today's layout and for this mini series, I have been focusing on using the Cocoa Daisy Traveler's Notebook Memory Keeping Kit. If you're coming over from the blog, hey, it's so good to have you here. If you are interested in seeing more content like this using the beautiful products of Cocoa Daisy, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Today, my project that I'll be working on here is creating somewhat of a 6x8 layout using Traveler's Notebook supplies. Today's blog theme is all about big impact with little details. So I have printed my photo as large as my photo printer will do, and I'm gonna mount it on some pattern paper to really make sure it stands out. Now the embellishments that I will be using primarily to work on building this background is the rub-on alphas that come in this month's kit. I thought that this would be a really fun way to add some really big impact details using a smaller scale embellishment. Before we get too far into today's video, I just want to apologize. My head is going to pop in and out, especially while I'm working on adhering these rub-on alphas to the page. So bear with me here as my head pops in and out. But let's get back to the process here. So I am picking random letters. I am going for letters that I know will not be used too much. I also wanted to find the letters that I felt had the most playful movement. And as you can see, I am flipping the sheet to change the orientation of the letters. This way it is building a really fun, playful pattern. You could also spell out specific words. Like for example, this is all about the dog beach. You could totally spell out dog beach as well. But I really wanted to make sure that I am making a big impact with my photo and that this alpha background is just adding on to the visual interest with all of these little details that are gonna come together to really make a big impact. I realized halfway into this that I am covering up a large amount of the alphas. So what I am doing is temporarily placed my photo onto the paper so that way I can be sure that there are some letters that are peeking through and some that are gonna be completely exposed once I do go ahead and adhere my photo down. One element that I did add off camera is this Glassine bag. I really wanted to add an additional layer, and I first thought it was going to be that coral colored paper with the crosses or plus sign, whatever you would like to call them. And then I really wanted something that was more soft and transparent. I'm really pulling these details from those clouds. I really liked the look of the movement and the softness of the clouds, and even where the water is, where my pup and my partner are treading through the water. So I felt like this Glassine bag added to that overall vibe of the photo. I am going to use this coral paper as a tag, which you'll later see I'm going to slide right into that pocket. So I'm still going to be able to add that pop of color, but I'm still going to have this organic feel to the layout via this Glassine bag. Additionally, by adding this patterned paper, the Glassine bag, and the tag, it is putting a greater impact on my photo, and I know I really wanted to make a big statement with my photo. So even if you don't have a large photo printer, do not be deterred to try something like this. You can use it with just a regular, or use this idea to inspire you if you have a regular printer, photo printer at home. I use the Canon Selfie and I really love it. So adding on these details like the bags and the layers is going to make your photo look larger as you are building out that element of your layout. Next up, I am placing my embellishments that I had pre-selected before I pushed play on the camera here. I have selected some more coral in the light baby blue, the green leaves, the geotag, which I thought was super fun. And once again, I am showing you here, it's the PSA of all PSAs, that these embellishments do have an adhesive back. And my little trick, as I brought into the camera there, as that embellishment is halfway sticking off, I only cut half of the backing off, so then that way it's not going to stick onto the main paper there. It will still have that depth as it's lifted off that main piece of paper, if that makes sense. I did the same thing over with the So Much Fun circular embellishment as well. These chipboard pieces are really great. I am adding some adhesive off camera to make sure that it sticks really well onto my photo there. I super love this layout. Like, oh my goodness, this kit is just stunning and so much fun. And I've mentioned I live in Southwest Florida, so these colors are perfect, and I can only imagine for all of you who live in colder climates and are still dealing with the brutal winters up north, that I'm sure these bright, warm, fun colors are very much welcomed as we're still finishing up the last little leg, I hope for you all, of winter. When I adhered my embellishments, I really wanted to add a bit more detail and interest to the background. So I'm pulling the stamp set that comes in the Traveler's Notebook Memory Keeping Kit. Each month there is a stamp set that comes along with the kit. And my goodness, I feel this border kit has endless possibilities. So I'm going to be doing some repeat stamping. And one thing that I love about the different prints that I'm going to select from this stamp set is it kind of looks like stitching to me, and I love the look of stitching on scrapbook pages, but I don't actually have a sewing machine. I hope to get one day, but right now I don't have it, so this is a great way to add that texture as if there is some thread going on, but it's done with inks and stamps. While I am building these thread-like details to my layout background, I do use a variety of first generation and second generation stamping. So if you're not familiar with that term, a second generation stamp is the second time that you are stamping with that specific stamp, or that, and not re-inking in between. There we go. So it kind of gives it a faded look, which I really like, as I think it adds some depth to the design, and I think that looks really pretty. I did want to mention that my pattern paper I'm using in the background is about a 6x8 size sheet of paper, and these pattern papers are double-sided and they come in the Traveler's Notebook Memory Keeping Kit. I have been obsessed with this size lately. This is the third layout I've made on this type and this size in like the past week. I am unsure if I'm going to put it in a 6x8 ring album or if I'm gonna punch it and add to my memory planner. Either way, I'm just in love with this size. I would love to hear in the comments below if you have tried a new type of memory keeping lately, or even a new planner size that you are really loving. I would love to hear it, as I'm always super inspired by those different suggestions that you all provide. I have added a hole to my piece of paper there to make it more look like a tag, and added one of the little what would it be, like a hole punch sticker, and I'm going to add some glitter enamel dots as my final touch. As I add my final details here, I just wanted to thank you guys so much for stopping by. I so super appreciate it. Make sure you head on over to the Cocoa Daisy blog to see some photos of the layout up front, and I have a link for that below. Additionally, if you are interested in starting your own Cocoa Daisy subscription, I've got a special code listed below that will get you a little extra something to add to your order. Lastly, don't forget to check out the other videos that I have posted in this mini series, all how you can use your Traveler's Notebook Memory Keeping Kit in 5 different ways outside of a traditional Traveler's Notebook scrapbook layout. Thanks so much for joining me. Until next time, take care, and I hope you have some time to make something crafty today.